Attention bombing. How narcissists use this form of love bombing to control and abuse potential relationship partners. Attention bombing is a form of love bombing whereby narcissists bomb potential victims with excessive attention, concern for their well-being, or relational interest. In the beginning of a relationship, narcissists use attention bombing to, number 1, entice their victims into the relationship. Number 2, create the illusion of having a strong emotional attachment to their victims. And number 3, place themselves in a position of control over the pacing and the level of closeness in the relationship. When one first meets a narcissist, their attention bombing feels energizing and heart-filling because it gives the impression that the narcissist is extremely and genuinely interested in the potential victim, and that he or she desires and is capable of having a healthy, growing relationship. Attention bombing at the beginning of a relationship can feel intoxicating and possibly like nothing else the victims have ever felt before. Victims feel chosen and worthy and precious and allow themselves to quickly and deeply develop an attachment to the narcissist. Examples of narcissistic attention bombing would be telling that you are perfect in every way, perfect for them, that they have never met anyone like you before, that they have been waiting for God to bring somebody like you into their life, and this is why they are wanting to text or call or see you all the time. The main message narcissists manipulate their victims into believing is that they are unique and special. And they convey that message so convincingly that many victims fall for it without hesitation. Attention bombing is controlling and abusive because it preys on the brokenheartedness and deep desires of the victims to be chosen and treated as if they are precious. The underlying goal of attention bombing, whether the narcissist is consciously aware of it or not, is to assess the potential victim's capacity to be easily influenced and manipulated. For example, in the beginning of a relationship, if a victim abandons his or her other priorities in order to be with the narcissist whenever the narcissist asks, the narcissist learns that the victim may have weak boundaries and low ego strength. Ego strength refers to one's ability to remain confident, value-centered, and resilient in the face of internal or external influences. Furthermore, if the victim gives off any vibe that he or she thinks the relationship is special and one of a kind, or that he or she believes that the narcissist is completely unique and amazing, the narcissist learns that the victim may be capable of adoring and even becoming dependent on him or her. Narcissists know that where there is adoration and dependency, there is enormous opportunity to lord over the victim and the relationship, and little opportunity to be stood up to or rejected. Another way attention bombing is controlling and abusive pertains to the indebtedness factor, whereby the narcissist believes and expects compliance for the attention bombing. This sets the victim up to become trauma bonded. Once a trauma bond has been established and the narcissist stops pretending to be Mr. or Miss super interested and special person, begins treating the victim with disrespect and disregard, which he or she will do, the main quest for the victim becomes bringing the narcissist behaviorally back to the initial phase in the relationship when the narcissist was interested, doting, pursuing, and loving. In their hearts, the victims see the narcissist as the interested, doting, pursuing, and loving person he or she was in the beginning of the relationship, not as the controlling and abusive person he or she actually is. This explains why many abuse victims stay with abusers for long periods of time, because they have been attention bombed and trauma bonded. Resist taking the attention bombing bait. At the beginning of a relationship, continue spending time with your support system, time alone, and time with God. Emotionally healthy, non-narcissistic dating partners will respect you for this. Narcissists will not. Narcissists will attempt more attention bombing to manipulate you into abandoning your other priorities, remind you of your indebtedness to them, and discard and ghost you. You don't need a narcissist to tell you you are loved and precious. Know that you are because God says that you are. Since you are precious and honored in my sight, and because I love you, I will give people in exchange for you, nations in exchange for your life. Isaiah 43:4.